Hello, Fabric community. My name is Ryan Majitimer. I'm a product manager on the Fabric team, and welcome to the October 2023 Fabric Monthly Update. Got a lot of exciting features for you this month, from Core to Power BI to Synapse, Data Factory, and, of course, Data Activator. Before we get into that, have you checked out the Fabric community yet? It's a new, exciting community site for you to ask all sorts of questions, check out galleries, you can find visuals for Power BI, all sorts of cool stuff. I highly recommend you check it out. You can find it at aka.ms/WAC Fabric Community. Also, if you want more detailed descriptions of each of these features, links to docs, screenshots, that sort of thing, definitely check out our blog at aka.ms/WAC Fabric Blog. You can, of course, find all of these links in the description of this video. And without further ado, let's get into it. For Core, we've got new item type icons. We've heard your feedback, and we've done a new refresh in the item type icons so that they're much less monochromatic. Now, it's much easier to, at a quick glance, know what item types you have, and it allows you to improve the visual parsing and enrich the way that you form habituated understandings of what icons operate within different semantic categories. Moving on to admin, we've got keyword-based filtering of tenant settings. Microsoft Fabric has recently introduced keyword-based filtering for the tenant settings page in the admin portal. This new feature allows admins to locate the necessary tenant settings quickly and easily by filtering them based on keywords. I'm going to hand it over to Radhakrishna for a quick demo.
Hello everyone. As part of our ongoing commitment to enhance the Fabric admin experience, we introduced another user-focused feature, namely keyword-based filtering. This latest addition further elevates the Fabric admin portal experience by offering an efficient means for administrators to locate and manage settings effortlessly. The newly implemented keyword-based filtering enhances the Fabric admin portal by addressing the challenge of navigating through a long list of settings. Here is how it operates. Upon entering the portal, users see a prominent search bar at the top right corner. Administrators can input specific keywords associated with the settings they are looking for. Settings are filtered by matching the entered keywords with the words found in the titles and the description. For example, by searching for preview, you can filter for all features currently in preview. As keywords are entered, the portal instantly filters and displays the relevant settings. You could see as I entered preview, it gave me all the preview settings. Let's take a look at another setting. Let's look for all settings related to B2B. Seems like I've entered a wrong search string. So B2B is represented as B, number 2B. And you could see that all B2B related settings are actually filtered, even if the keyword B2B is in the description of the setting. This is a feature that streamlines access to settings, saving time and reducing the risk of errors. The simple and user-friendly interface enhances the navigability of tenant setting page in the admin portal. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhakrishna. Moving on to Power BI and starting with reporting, we have Power BI Desktop, OneDrive, and SharePoint integration. OneDrive and SharePoint integrations are now easier than ever in Power BI Desktop. While the ability to open, save, and share reports in OneDrive and SharePoint were released in preview in May, the capabilities are now improved and on by default. You can open reports stored in OneDrive and SharePoint through the File menu, save files directly to OneDrive and SharePoint, and share reports stored in OneDrive and SharePoint directly from Power BI Desktop. I'm going to hand it over to Lauren for a quick demo.
Let's take a look at the new Power BI integration with OneDrive for Business and SharePoint experiences. In this example, Adele is an author who is collaborating with her coworker, Lynn, on a sales and return report that will eventually be published to the Power BI service for enterprise-wide distribution. After a bit of work, Adele has created a beautiful report in Power BI and saves her report for the first time. The new save experience prompts her to enter the name of the report and choose the desired save location. If she can't find what she's looking for, she can also select the More Options button at the bottom left. This allows her to explore more save location options. After selecting the desired location and naming the file, Adele clicks Save. Adele chooses to save the report in a SharePoint location so that she can easily share the file with co-authors and always have a backup of her work in the cloud. When Adele looks online in the specified SharePoint folder, she can now see that the report was successfully uploaded to her SharePoint document library. After making some additional changes, the report is ready to be shared with her coworker Lynn for review and potential edits. Adele selects the familiar Share button seen in other Microsoft 365 products. Adele includes a message asking Lynn to review the report and make any necessary edits. Adele clicks Send, and Lynn will be notified via email. When Lynn signs in to Outlook, she sees an email from Adele, notifying her that a report has been shared with her. Lynn then clicks on the link provided to open a preview version of the report directly in her browser. She chooses to open the report further to explore the data and explore the bookmarks that Adele has created and saved through Power BI Desktop, such as the key influencer visual that gives detailed insights into customer segments. Lynn decides she would like to make a small edit to the report. Lynn opens Power BI Desktop and navigates to the File menu, where she can easily find and open reports saved in OneDrive and SharePoint. She clicks on the Sales and Returns report from her Global Sales SharePoint library to open it. Lynn makes her changes to the report and clicks the Save icon at the top left. The changes are saved to the SharePoint location originally shared with her by Adele. With all the changes to the report now final, Lynn publishes to the Power BI service for broader enterprise distribution.
Thanks, Lauren. Moving on to on-object interaction updates, we've got the new date hierarchy on the data flyout. When working with dates, you may choose to swap from a hierarchy to the raw date field. This is still available when right-clicking directly on the date field. For greater discoverability, we've now added the ability to switch between date hierarchy and raw date on the data flyout as well. We've also got the new placeholder text for direct text editing. Previously, when turning on a text element such as a title for tables, there is no reserved space to begin typing in characters directly on object. Users had to go to the Format pane to add a title. Now, when turning on a text element that does not have an auto value, we show a placeholder for users to begin typing directly on that visual. And also new, ribbon and funnel charts now support on-object formatting. Gonna hand it over to Roseanne for a quick demo.
We have a few new updates to OnObject this month. When building a visual, if you're working with dates, you may want to swap between a date hierarchy and the raw date field. Now, we've added a drop-down to the data flyout to make swapping your date hierarchy even easier to find. This is also still available on right-click. Over on the formatting side, we've now added placeholder text. Previously, when turning on a text element such as a title for tables, there was no reserved space to begin typing in characters directly on object. Users had to go all the way to the Format pane to add a title. Now, when turning on a text element that does not have an auto value, we show you a placeholder for users to begin typing directly on the visual. Don't worry, if you forget to delete the placeholder, deselecting the visual will remove the reserved space. That way, your report won't be published with unintended white space. We've also added on-object formatting support for the funnel and ribbon visuals.
Thanks, Roseanne. Next, we've got Power BI Home and Desktop. Power BI Home is a redesigned home to provide a familiar and centralized home for all of your Power BI activities within the desktop application. Our aim is to enhance your productivity and make it easier to discover and consume content. With Power BI Home, you no longer need to navigate through multiple menus or tabs to access your files or reports. This intuitive interface serves as a hub, similar to other popular Office products, where you can effortlessly manage your reports all from a single location. Whether you're a seasoned Power BI user or new to the platform, Power BI Home ensures a consistent and seamless experience across all your Power BI activities. Now you have the capability to initiate a new report directly from the new home screen, access reports from recommendations that we've curated, as well as locate your most recent reports through the quick access lists. Last up for reporting, we have deduplication rules for composite models on Power BI datasets and analysis services. Tables and measures in your model must have unique names. If you use composite models in Power BI datasets and analysis services, it's easy to get into a situation where tables and measure names have duplicate names and are not unique. Up to this point, when that happened, one of the tables or measures would be renamed for you. For example, if you created a composite model with two sources and both sources defined a table called customers, one of the tables would be renamed customers 2. This resulted in confusing situations, as it was not clear which source the customer 2 table came from. The same applies to measures. If you have two sources that both contained a measure called total sales, one would be renamed total sales 2 in the composite model. This month, we're giving you more control. You can now apply a name disambiguation rule to a source in a composite model when you anticipate name conflicts with tables or measures from another source. You can set up a text to be added as a prefix or suffix to table names, measure names, or both. Additionally, you can choose to add the text only when a duplication occurs, or if you prefer to have it added all the time. Going back to the example above, let's say that one of your sources that you're combining is about marketing and the other is about sales. You can now set up a deduplication rule on the source connection so that the customer table from the marketing source is named customer marketing. For modeling, we have Edit Your Data Model in the Power BI service, Updates. The new data model editing in the service feature was released to preview in April. We've been busy reacting to your feedback and enhancing the experience. These are some of the updates that are coming later this month. Manage Relationships dialog. Now you can easily view and edit all the relationships within your data model in the service. In the Home tab, simply select the Manage Relationships button. This will open the revamped Manage Relationships dialog, which provides a comprehensive view of all your relationships along with their key properties in one convenient location. From here, you can choose to create new relationships or edit existing relationships. Additionally, you have the option to filter and focus on specific relationships in your model based on cardinality and cross-filter direction. Next, Model Explorer Public Preview with Calculation Group Authoring and creating relationships in the Properties pane. We're excited to announce that the new Model Explorer is now available for public preview in the Model view. You can see all of your dataset semantic modeling objects in one place and easily navigate between them. Finally, full visibility of the semantic model. Gonna hand it over to Zoe for a quick demo.
My name is Zoe Douglas, and we are excited to announce the public preview of the Model Explorer. The Model Explorer can be found in the Model view of Power BI Desktop. Over in the Data pane, you see your tables, but you can also now flip to this Model Explorer and see all your semantic model items list a few in a tree view, just like you can in the Tabular Model Explorer in Visual Studio. Not all of these items have authoring paths in Desktop just yet, notably cultures and perspectives, but we are adding in an authoring path for calculation groups. So if you can create these now from the ribbon by clicking on the calculation group button, it's going to go ahead and create that calculation group and land you in the first calculation item, where you can define the DAX expression that's going to modify your existing measures in your model. You can go ahead and create additional calculation items from the calculation item node. And in that properties pane of that calculation item, you can also set the dynamic format string if you would like to. Once there's multiple calculation items, you can reorder them in the properties pane of that calculation items node or directly in the calculation item themselves from the context menu. You can also create additional calculation groups, and if you have more than one calculation group in your model, you can then go ahead and specify the precedence of how they apply to the same measure using the properties pane of the calculation groups node. Finally, you can go ahead and delete them right from the context menu in the Model Explorer. This will work for existing, for new calculation groups and calculation groups you may already have in your model. Another cool feature of the Model Explorer is if you're in direct query, but this works in any storage mode. If you want to go create those relationships, it will launch that relationship editing dialog. But now you can actually go ahead and just do new relationship from the relationships node, and you can specify your table and column cardinality and cross-filter direction without it doing a data preview or without it validating until you click Apply Changes. Finally, as the Model Explorer and Calc Group Authoring are in public preview, you'll have to go to the Options, and in the Preview Features section, go ahead and turn that on. Thank you.
Thanks, Zoe. Moving on to data connectivity, we have an update to the Snowflake connector. The Snowflake connector has been updated to support better implementation of Limit 1 queries, resulting in performance improvements. PlanView OKR is a new connector. We're excited to release the new PlanView OKR connector. Here are a few release notes from the PlanView team. PlanView objectives and key results, or OKRs, are an outcome-driven framework adopted by organizations who want to define key organizational goals and track progress towards achieving them. Defining OKRs creates organizational clarity by enabling organizations to answer the questions, where do we want to go? Objectives, and how will we measure our efforts to get there? Key results. We have an update to the BitSite Security Ratings connector. The BitSite Security Ratings connector has been updated with minor bug fixes. And last, for data connectivity, we have an update to the Starburst Enterprise connector. The Starburst Enterprise connector has been updated, and here are a few release notes from the Starburst team. They've added optional connection string, non-credential properties in the advanced section to allow using other ODBC connection parameters. Changed data source display from Starburst Enterprise to a value based on the connection details to allow distinction between multiple Starburst Galaxy or clusters connected as separate data sources. They also fixed an issue with port 8443 for OAuth 2.0 authentication, as well as fixed query folding with timestamp columns. Moving on to the service, we have OneLake Data Hub, quick access to your data. OneLake Data Hub is a central location for users to find and reuse existing organizational data. It allows users to browse through their data and discover insights that can help them make better decisions. We're happy to introduce some of the new features that we recently added to enhance the OneLake Data Hub discovery experience. The Explorer pane, quick access. The Explorer pane enables users to navigate through the workspace's hierarchy and scope the data items to a specific workspace. With the recent enhancements, we added a quick access section at the top of the Explorer pane. The quick access section contains the active workspace, pinned workspaces, and recently used workspaces, as well as favorite items. Another new feature is the favorite items. Users can now filter to view items that were marked previously as favorite in Power BI. Users can also favorite items from within the Data Hub experience, and they will also show up across all the experiences, including Home and Browse. This feature helps users to keep track of their data items that they use most and are important to them. Moving on, we have deployment pipelines. A customized pipeline is finally here. You can create a customized deployment pipeline of 2 to 10 stages. After a long wait, it's finally here. A customized deployment pipeline of 2 to 10 stages. Starting with the second week of October, you'll be able to decide how many stages your new deployment pipeline will have a moment before it is created, within a new step we added to the creation process. Also, you have deployment pipeline multitasking. Deployment pipelines join the platform's existing new feature of multitasking, which opens a new tab on the left navigation bar whenever you open an item or a deployment pipeline. No more ending up with 10 Explorer tabs of the same DP or workspaces anymore. And last, we have a new entry point to Deployment Pipelines main page. A new entry point to the Deployment Pipelines was added. It's located at the bottom of the workspaces list and leads to the Deployment Pipelines main page. Moving on to visuals and new visuals in App Source, we have just one, Step Filter. Next, we have ValQPlan. ValQPlan is a newer and re-architected Power BI certified edition of ValQ with numerous transformational updates and a simplified no-code experience. ValQ helps users build complex business plans, what-if simulations, create and compare budgets, forecast, and scenarios, all within Microsoft Power BI. It can be used as your standalone and integrated business planning software tool or used in conjunction with your existing planning platforms. Next, we have Date Picker by PowerViz, the ultimate data slicer for Power BI. The Data Picker visual comes with a modern calendar view along with highly requested features like presets, pop-up mode, default selection, themes, and more. This is a must-have data slicer for all Power BI reports. It has rich formatting options to match your brand style and meet your business needs. Next, we have Drill Down Network Pro, show categorical relationships with ease. Drill Down Network Pro by Zoom Charts is designed for effortless visualizing categorical data and automatically detects relationships based on a category structure. Using your existing category-based data with few adjustments, and quickly create an interactive chart that makes the relationships between each data category easy to read. On to TMAP 2.1. The newly released TMAP 2.1 has added new features for drilling down donut map, choropleth map, bar chart map, pie chart map, and stacked bar chart map by georegion's name. Drilling down maps by georegion's names doesn't need to prepare a hierarchy of pre-built polygon layers and will save data professionals time and cost to extract deeper insights from the data on different levels of geographic regions. InfoRiver Enterprise brings right back to Fabric Lakehouse and Warehouse. InfoRiver now supports 3 new data write-back destinations from Power BI, Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse, Fabric Data Warehouse, and Dataverse, along with other popular DWH, DL, and databases. The latest InfoRiver Enterprise release supports write-back to Fabric for these use cases. Create business projections by entering or editing directly in Power BI reports. Create and manage a rolling forecast by blending actual and forecast data series. Create dynamic simulations at the enterprise, BU, or department level and roll up projections to the top, or distribute projections to granular dimensions based on chosen allocation or distribution methods. Create multiple scenarios, each containing its own set of simulations. Write back data, including comments or threaded conversations, and create periodic report snapshots. Support multiple data input types and write back from multiple Power BI users in read mode. Moving on to Synapse and Data Warehouse, we have vOrder write optimization. vOrder optimizes Parquet files to enable lightning-fast reads under the Microsoft Fabric compute engines such as Power BI, SQL, Spark, and others. Warehouse queries in general benefit from faster read times with this optimization, still ensuring that Parquet files are 100% compliant to its open source specification. Starting this month, all data ingested into Fabric Warehouse uses vOrder optimization. Next, we have SKU guardrails for burstable compute. Synapse Data Warehouse on Microsoft Fabric has the desired flexibility to allow better performance under peak demand by providing burstable compute. SKU guardrails ensure that customers operating within the right boundaries for their capacity, preventing peak workloads from consuming all capacity units in a short duration. Moving on to data science and semantic link, we're pleased to introduce the preview of semantic link, an innovative new feature that seamlessly connects Power BI datasets with Synapse data science within Microsoft Fabric. As the gold layer in a medallion architecture, Power BI datasets contain the most refined and valuable data in your organization. With semantic link, we unlock this data's potential beyond traditional business intelligence by making it accessible to notebooks and Python in Microsoft Fabric. Moving on to real-time analytics, we have KQL database capacity reporting. A KQL database will utilize capacity via operations that can be monitored using the Microsoft Fabric capacity metrics. KQL database consumption, this is the number of seconds that your KQL database is active in relation to the number of virtual cores used by your database. For example, my database uses 4 virtual cores and is active for 10 minutes. They will utilize 2,400 seconds of capacity units. An autoscale mechanism is utilized to determine the size of your KQL database. This ensures the most cost-optimized and best performance based on your usage pattern. Next, we have Eventstream UX improvement on Event Processor. The Event Processor within Eventstream is a powerful no-code editor enabling you to process and manage your real-time data streams efficiently. You can easily aggregate and filter data streams using temporal functions before they reach your Lakehouse or Cousteau database. The recent UX improvements introduce a full-screen mode, providing a more spacious workspace for designing your data processing workflows. This insertion and deletion of data stream operations have been made more intuitive, making it easier to drag and drop and connect your data transformations. Eventstream Kafka Endpoints and Sample Code. We've expanded the custom app feature within a range of new endpoints in sources and destination. Now you can seamlessly connect your applications to Fabric Eventstream using protocols like Event Hub, AMQP, and Kafka. To simplify your setup process, we've included sample Java code for your convenience. Simply add it to your application, and you'll be all set to stream your real-time events to Eventstream. Moving on to Data Factory and pipelines and activities, we have AML activity. We're excited to announce that the Azure Machine Learning activity is now available to use in your Data Factory data pipelines. In your pipeline, you can use the Azure Machine Learning activity to connect to your machine learning pipelines or enable batch prediction scenarios such as identifying possible loan defaults, determining sentiment, and analyzing customer behavior patterns. Next, we have Deactivate Activity State. This is a feature that's coming soon, and we're excited to share that you will soon be able to deactivate one or more activities from a pipeline, allowing you to skip activities during the pipeline validation and during pipeline runs. This will help to improve developer efficiency, allowing you to comment out parts of your pipeline without deleting anything from your pipeline canvas. Deactivated activities can be reactivated at any time. For productivity, we have category redesign of activities. We've redesigned the way activities are categorized to make it easier for you to find the activities you're looking for with new categories like control flow, notifications, and more. Copy runtime performance improvement. We've made improvements to the copy runtime performance. According to our tests, with the improvements, users can expect to see the duration of a copying from Parquet or CSV files into Lakehouse tables to improve by about 25 to 35%. Cross-workspace save as. Soon, you'll be able to clone your data pipelines across workspaces by using the Save As button. Integer data type available for variables. We now support variable as integers. When creating a new variable, you can now choose to set the variable type to integer, making it easier to use arithmetic functions with your variables. Pipeline name now supported in system variables. We added a new system variable called pipeline name so that you can inspect and pass the name of your pipeline inside the pipeline expression editor, enabling a more powerful workflow in the Fabric Data Factory. support for type editing and copy activity mappings. You can now edit column types when you land data into your lakehouse tables. This makes it easier to customize the schema of your data in the destination. Simply navigate to the Mapping tab, import your schemas. If you don't see any mappings, use the drop-down list to make changes. I'm going to hand it over to Noelle to do a couple of quick demos.
Something new that you'll notice right away is that we've reorganized the categories of activities to make it easier to find what you're looking for. Now you can find categories like Move and Transform, Metadata and Validation, Control Flow, Orchestrate, Notifications, Transform, and Machine Learning. We also continue to add new activities to expand orchestration capabilities. You'll now notice that we have the Azure Function, Azure Batch, KQL, and the Azure Machine Learning activity. When copying data into your lakehouse with data pipelines, you can now edit your column types. This makes it much easier to customize the schema of your data in your destination. All you need to do is navigate to the Mapping tab and use the drop-down selections to make any changes to your column types. If you don't see any column mappings, make sure that you import the schemas. In the Set Variable activity, we can easily create new variables with a simple click. And now when setting a variable, you can choose integer as a type. This has been a long time ask, and we're excited to share it with our users. In the Pipeline Expression Builder, you'll notice that we added a new system variable called pipeline name. This will allow you to inspect and pass the name of your pipeline as you're building out expressions, enabling even more powerful workflows in Fabric.
Thanks, Noelle. Moving on to Dataflow Gen 2 and data connectivity, we have an update to the SAP HANA connector. The update enhances the SAP HANA connector with the capability to consume HANA calculation views deployed in SAP Datasphere by considering SAP Datasphere's additional security concepts. This enables consumption of calculation views in Datasphere and allows customers to connect to HANA Cloud views without the need for additional privileges on the SysBI schema. We've got a new certified connector, Amplify Metrics. There's a note from Amplify Metrics. They're happy to announce the release of the new Amplify Metrics connector. Integrating social media insights alongside the rest of your marketing or business intelligence data gives you a holistic understanding of your entire digital strategy all in one place. With Amplify Power BI Connector, you'll be able to include social media data from the Amplify platform in your charts and graphs and combine them with other data you own. The Power BI Connector is the layer between Amplify Public API and Power BI itself. Helps you connect your work within your data intuitively, directly in the Power BI tool. Most data and metrics available in Amplify Public API are also available in the connector. We've also got some bug fixes and reliability improvements. I'd like to thank the entire community for reporting issues, providing feedback through the Data Factory Community Forum. We continue to work and improve the overall experience and reliability of Dataflow Gen 2 and Microsoft Fabric. With over 400 work items closed last month, you'll notice a much better experience in the overall Dataflow Gen 2 authoring and refreshing experience. We'd encourage you to visit our community forum, again, that's aka.ms/fabric community, and provide any feedback or inquiry about any possible issues we might be having with Dataflow Gen 2. Your feedback is helping us make a much better product every day. Moving on to Data Activator. Data Activator is now in preview. Data Activator is a big milestone this month. We released the preview of Data Activator. This means that Data Activator is now available to all Fabric users without the need to sign up to be a preview user. You can use the Data Activator to drive alerts and actions in your Fabric data. Want to try it out right now? Open the Power BI visual and select the Trigger Action menu option to create a Data Activator alert. Data Activator also works with real-time streaming data in event streams. To make a Data Activator alert on your event stream items, create a new Reflex destination. Well, that's all we have for you for this month. Again, if you haven't checked out the Fabric community, I highly recommend you do so. It's a great place to ask questions either about any of these features or anything else that you might be trying to do or be curious about in Microsoft Fabric. Again, you can find it at aka.ms/fabric community. That's what I'm looking for. Tell us in the comments, what was your favorite feature this month? Maybe it was updates to on-object iteration. I can't speak today, but we're gonna get through this. Was it updates to on-object interactions, or maybe the preview of Data Activator? I'd love to hear about it. Also, let us know, how can we improve these videos? Are there things that we've changed that you like, things that you don't like as much? Do you like boxes or rectangles, or do you like arrows? Or maybe you don't like anything at all? Tell us in the comments. I would love to hear about it. As always, my name is Ryan Legitimer. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.